Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. How are you today? I'm very happy that you came to play and learn with Koko. Today we're gonna have two very special letters, and they need a lot of practice. And one of them, it is called the letter of the Arabic language. Only the Arabic language has this letter. I will tell you later on in the class, but these are very special letters, and even the people who speak the Arabic language from very beginning, they find it sometimes hard to pronounce. So you're gonna need to listen very carefully and practice, and you will be able to pronounce them very, very well. And before we go to the class, we need to feed our fish, right? And today, I think Khalid wanted to feed the fish. So, Assalamu alaikum Khalid, how are you? Are you excited today? Yeah. So you're gonna feed the fish with me? Okay, Khalid, let's go. And then, after we feed the fish, we're gonna sing what? Yes, the alphabet song. Okay, Khalid, you're gonna take the food, fish food, and then you're gonna feed the fishy. Okay? And come on and eat. Breakfast time. And they're happy eating, right? So while the fish are eating their breakfast, we're going to sing alphabet song. And I think by now you should have learned it a little bit, right? Okay, ready? Okay, sing with Khalid. Alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, dal, dal, ra, zay, sin, shin, sad, dat, ta, dha, ain, ghin, fa, qaf, kaf, lam, mim, nun, ha, waw, ya. Now I know my alif, ba, homeschooling. Good, Khalid, you did it. Okay, now you're gonna sit here with your friend, and we are going to go to the classroom and see what Koko's up to today. Okay? Okay, our friends at home, come on, join us. Assalamu alaikum, Koko. How are you today? You're fine? Have you been practicing your alphabet? Yeah, good bird. Okay, Koko. Our friends at home today, I told them we can have two special letters. But before we teach these letters, we need to teach you the names of the teeth, because it's going to be very hard to understand one of those letters if you don't know the name of your teeth. So I'm going to make it very simple, and here to save time, I drew a very simple diagram for your upper teeth area, and I'm not a good drawer, but I tried my best. So let us start with the upper central incisor. We all know them because we have been always saying upper central incisors. So you know the first two, we call them the upper central incisors. The next two next to them, we call them the lateral incisors, just on the sides, And then the tooth number 3, from here and here, we call them canine. Those pointy one, we call them canine. And then you go down this way, you're gonna have the 2 following the canine, number 4 and 5. These are the premolars. And then you go down 6 and 7, just the last 2 big teeth before the wisdom tooth, these are the molars. You have 2 molars here, number 6 and 7. And all of you now, you won't have the wisdom tooth now. You're going to have it coming later on when you are late teenager, 18, 19, 20. You will have them coming out. But for now, your molars are going to be the last 2 teeth in the back. So the area that we want to work on is this area. and I'll explain later on. So once you know the shape of your the mouth and the name of your teeth, it's going to be easy later on. So to make this easy, let us start with the simple one first. Today the new letter we're going to learn I'm going to have to write here because there is no room. We're going to have two important letters. The first one, I want you to pay attention how I'm going to write it. You know the butterfly wing? Or you make it like a loop. So you go from here and you go up and make a butterfly wing. And then you go up a little bit and you come down just like you're making your scene and sheen. You see how it is? I call it the butterfly with one wing. Because it's just like if you make the other wing, you're going to be like a butterfly. Excuse me. And this letter is called Sa'ad. Sa'ad. What do you think it is? Letter of istifal or isti'la? You're right. It is letter of isti'la because how is my mouth shape is? Sa'ad, rounding and full. So it's a full mouth letter. So it is Sa'ad. The makhraj for Sa'ad is same as Zay and Sin as we saw last class. Okay? The difference only in the sound, but the makhraj for Sa'ad is the same thing. Your tip of your mouth is touching the upper two incisors and the lower two incisors with a little bit opening and a whistling sound come between the upper and lower incisor. But not like seen, not like zzz, buzzing. It's harder and fatter. I don't say s, I say s, os. You see how the different, not s, os, your mouth is round. S for seen, os for sad. So let us do it again. The makhraj for sad is the tip of your tongue when it touches the upper two incisor and the lower two incisor with a whistling sound between the upper and lower incisor. Os, 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 sad, sad, and not seen. It is sad. And to make it easy, I tell my student, sad is not sad. So, sad is happy, is not sad. So if you found yourself saying sad, like a word sad, you say, oh, something wrong. I know sad is not sad. So I should make my mouth full. Sad is not sad. Sad is happy. Okay, so sad is wrong. Don't say sad. Okay? The next letter, which is our big letter, it is very hard even for the Arabic speakers, the native Arabic speakers, to pronounce it right. I can assure you, no one did not have difficulty in the beginning to pronounce it right. But with practicing, you will get it. This is the letter that I drew all this diagram for because it's going to be very hard to imagine in your head unless I have a picture to help you. This letter, same like Sad, you go up like a butterfly wing, up and low. And it had a dot. It has a dot. And this letter is called Dad. 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 Ad. Ad. The Arabic language is called Lughatul Dad. The language of the Dad letter. There is no any language in the world has letter Dad. So that's why the Arabic language, they call it Lughatul Dad, or the language of the Dad letter. And it is very big, full letter, and it's very heavy, and your tongue really struggle to say it. But I'm going to make it easy with the picture. So you see your molars here, going to be your last two, if you didn't have your wisdom built it out. So the last two molars for the kids, for children, for the grown-up, it's gonna be the last two just before your wisdom tooth. So you see your tongue. Your tongue is going to push to the left or to the right and touch the gum of these two molars, either the right or the left. And for very pro people, they do both sides. So either touching the gum of the left side molars or the right side molars, or both. So you say ugh, ugh. So even for me it's hard. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Your tongue going this way and pressing on the gum of the molars. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Or left ugh, ugh, ugh. For me it's hard. I use the both sides. For me, choose one side is hard. I like it, or I feel comfortable using my both sides. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Wala dolin. Ugh, ugh, ugh. So your tongue, my tongue going pressing both areas. So that's how I am used to. And it's still, I feel it's very hard for me to make it very perfect. But you got the idea. Try your best and do it at home. Try to touch, see which side you're comfortable, the left or the right or both. Ugh, ugh, ugh. And it is ugh, ugh, dolin, ugh, dolin. You feel pressure on your gum. And so these are the two letters for today, Sad and Dad. And Dad is also a letter of isti'la. It's the tafkhim letter because your mouth make a round shape. Dad, the full mouth letter. Dad, Dad. Okay, now we need to go back to our old alphabets and compare the Dad to other letters. Dad is not a dad. Okay, let us use the blue color. I'm telling all my students, I tell them, if you say dad, you are wrong. Because dad is not a dad. So if you say dad, it's wrong. It's dad. So it is not a letter, not like a letter dal. Dad is just like D. Okay? Okay? Dad, we cannot write it in English. There is no letter in English can be a synonym to dad. Same thing for Swad. Swad is not an S. No. No S. Okay? Swad is not like S, but Sin can be S. Okay? Sin can be S. Swad cannot be S. Dad cannot be Dal or D. That's all for, I think, today's letters. And the main thing is you just need to practice and try to see the difference. Sin, S, Sad, As, S, As, Az, Zay. Addu, Dad, Addu, 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 Dad, Dad, Ad, Ad, Dal, Ad, Dal. So you can find any practice with like names, people's name. You can try to find any name that has a dad. And the only thing I can remember, like duha, 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 duha. Make your tongue stretch this way more, or to one side or to the other one, or both, then going to the front. Duha, duha, ad, duha. And that's it for today. And I'm not gonna review with you today for all letters because we had a long session. But I want to show you, as I promised you, my project. Ta-da! And this is my project. And I did till Sad and Dad today. So I hope you're keeping up with your letters. You're making this at home, and every day you learn a new letters. You just add them, and at the end we're gonna have fun to decorating. The whole class is going to be only decoration and having fun, and then you're going to hang it in your room. Okay? Okay, Koko, did you have fun? So this is Dad, the language of the Arabic letter. So Dad is the main character in the Arabic alphabet. Okay, Koko? Okay, let's go to our friends and play a little bit with the fish, sing alphabet song, and see you next week. And don't forget your classwork and homework. Practice, practice, practice. Okay? Okay, friends, did you see the dot letter?